Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. So we are continuing in Psalm 1 today, picking up, at the beginning. So we read through it yesterday, and I hope that in reading through it, you could really see that there are two different groups of people. This is not all about one person, and that the choices that we make matter. The choices that we make matter. And, we don't like to think about that. We don't like to think that my saying yes or my saying no or my choosing to go left or my choosing to go right would make a difference or that it would matter, but it does. And as we read and as we read and as we will read through Psalm 1, we can see that they matter very much. So I want to start actually in Proverbs 4 today, and we're going to look at wisdom just a little bit. Proverbs 4:7 tells us that wisdom is the principal thing. Now, what is principal? Wisdom is the first thing, the most important thing. Verse 7, the beginning of wisdom is get wisdom. Skillful and godly wisdom, not just wisdom that the world gives, not just wisdom that you get from experience, but get skillful and godly wisdom. For skillful and godly wisdom is the principal thing. What is principal? It's the first thing, the most important thing. For wisdom is the principal thing. And with all that you have gotten, get understanding, which is discernment, comprehension, and interpretation. And in my Bible here it says, as a side reference of James 1:5, which we know exactly what that says, but we'll go to James. And it says, if any of you are deficient in wisdom, let him ask of the giving God, who gives to everyone liberally and ungrudgingly, without reproaching or fault finding, and it will be given to him. That should excite you so much today, that the giving God does not find fault with you. There's no reproaching, without reproach, without fault finding. He gives liberally and ungrudgingly. The giving God wants you to come and ask for wisdom. He wants to share it with you. It says, if anyone is deficient, let him ask, and it will be given. That's the heart of the Father, that we would come, that we would ask, and that He can teach us and He can show us. So back to Proverbs 4:7, the beginning of wisdom is get wisdom, skillful and godly wisdom. For skillful and godly wisdom is the principal thing, and with all you have gotten, get understanding, discernment, comprehension, and interpretation. Now, the beginning of wisdom is to get wisdom. So if you don't know it, find a place you can get it. We talked about this in our live this past weekend, that if you, when you think about all the time you spend in school, as a child, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, postgraduate or graduate, postgraduate, residencies, continuing education, fellowships, all of the ways that we pour into ourselves and we educate ourselves and we take time to get wisdom of natural things. How much time do we pour into ourselves? Do we set aside? Do we get wisdom concerning spiritual things, concerning the things of the Father, concerning the things about His Word, concerning His will for our lives? Now, as Christians, the old has passed away. Behold, all things have become new. So we have to learn to live as Christians. We have to learn His way of doing and being right. There are two ways. There is right, there is wrong, there is good, there is evil, there is light, there is dark. See, the world, culture, would like to tell us that there is no right and wrong, that your right and your wrong is good for you. I have my own. We all live by our own set of standards and rules, and that's just not true. That's just not true. The Bible teaches us very clearly that there is right and wrong, there is good and evil, and that there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end of it leads to death. That's in Proverbs, and we will get there in our study of Psalm 1. But we have to acknowledge, first of all, that there is a way to do things and that there is a way not to do things. And there has to be a basis for our judgment of that. And as Christians, our basis of judgment is the Bible. I say judgment, people, immediately, well, you don't judge, you don't judge. Well, we do. We make choices, and making a choice is a judgment call. It is a decision. We are choosing, judging for one thing and judging against another. Putting my clothes on, deciding of what I'm going to wear every morning is a judgment call. So we do judge right and wrong. We do judge, but what is our basis for judging? It's the Bible. Now, we're going to pick up here again tomorrow. I will see you then. Man, time flies when you're having fun. Bye, y'all.